What's up, guys? Joshua Little here with Bearded Beast Fishing, and today I want to talk to you guys about a lure that is probably one of my favorite to throw year-round, and one of the others that I've picked up recently. I say recently, I've been fishing for a little while now. That is another one of my go-to baits, especially certain times of the year. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, so most of you guys know that I love to throw an underspin, fish at underspin to be more specific. This is kind of the normal that you will see. Nothing crazy about it. It does have the underspin blade. The biggest reason I love to throw the fish at underspin is because it is probably the best in the industry, in my opinion, that I've ever seen. You can burn this as fast as you would like to, and it continues to sit straight. And a lot of it's got to do with the weight distribution in the head, the size of the head, and the shape of the head. When that blade is turning and the head up top is rocking side to side, that just helps create more vibration. But with your line pulling on it, it keeps it centered. Now, a lot of times people will say, hey, I've put a super large paddle tail on it, or I've done different things with it, and it doesn't run as true. And a lot of it's got to do with more of the bait that you put on there and how big it is in size comparison. So for a lot of people that they want to throw like a fluke, and you can throw a fluke on these, it's probably not going to be my go-to, because I'm more of a paddle tail. I like to fish a kayak. It's one of those that you can throw on there, but my best advice would be throw a paddle tail. If you only like throwing a fluke, you can throw a fluke. What I could say is take the bait itself, lay the bait up on, or take the zoom fluke and kind of get an idea on where you want your hook to lay and fall out on the bait itself. And you can adjust it based off of the size of the keeper itself. Here with Bearded Beast Fishing. If I was going to be throwing a fluke, I would probably have it somewhere around here. So most of it, I'm going to take off the whole front end of this. And the biggest reason I don't like throwing it is because what it does is it gives different displacement on the head as you're throwing it now. Now you can run it down and fish it exposed like you would any of your other baits, and this is how it's going to sit. And as you can see, it's centered on there. It is exposed. It keeps the belly of it down there, and you can push the actual bait further up onto the head as far as you'd like to. But the reason that I don't like it is because what it creates on the actual side of the bait. And you can see you've got more on one side, a little bit less on the other side, and it's going to be pretty hard to center it as much as possible. So when you put something like that on there, what it does is it creates more weight to one side or more water displacement to the other side, or vice versa, and it creates that, or causes that bait to rotate, or it will allow it to swim differently than what it should. Now, one of the things that Fish Head came out with is their Finesse series. And the biggest reason that I like that Finesse series is because it is perfect for like a 2.8 inch kayak. And you can see that it is a lot smaller profile. You've still got the underspin on here, but that underspin is still far enough away from there that it is not going to hit that or cause any issues as this is coming through the water. Now, very similar to the normal fish head spin, this one actually is designed head shape wise exactly the same. It's got good weight balance from side to side, front to back. It still has a keeper on it. The difference being is you have a 2-aught short shank hook. Now, this is offered in a 3/16, a quarter, and a 3/8 ounce as far as weight goes on the Finesse series. With that short shank hook, you get up to that larger, the 3.8, you can put like a 4-inch bait on there. Probably the largest I'm going to throw on this hook is going to be a 3.3, maybe a 3.5. But that 3.3 I feel is the perfect size, because the purpose of this smaller profile bait is to key in on those smaller bait fish. Now, a lot of lakes like Lake Allatoona, which is one that I love to fish. It's close. I like fishing it because that lake is a challenging lake, and it gives you a lot of different options to throw different baits and really practice. So this bait for me is probably a good one that I like to go there and throw, because with a 1/4 ounce, you can get it deep. You can run it over brush piles. It's going to work at somewhere like Lanier as well. The big thing with Allatoona, though, is that your bait fish are small. And if you notice any of the bait fish when you go there currently, like right now, if you go out there, the bait fish is extremely small. Now, we're in August. They're still feeding. You can go out there 12, 1 o'clock in the middle of the day. I say it's August. Today is September the 3rd. So those fish are still feeding heavily, and they're chasing those bait up. But most of the bait are going to be smaller. They're going to be that 2-inch, right at that 2-inch, 2.5 inch as far as size goes. So this is going to be my go-to bait. Now, like I said, it is a 2/0 short shank. Got my got-to hook. I like to throw it on a medium spinning reel. I'm going to fall back to like the 610 right here, and this one is the St. Croix. This is going to be your Legend Tournament Series. 610 medium power, extra fast. I like to throw it on either 8-pound or 12-pound fluorocarbon leader. Now, my main line, of course, is going to be braid, and it's 15-pound high-vis braid. But as far as my leader, I'm going to keep it around 7 foot. And this bait just, it works phenomenal in the water. So if you guys haven't tried it, go down to the Dugout Bait and Tackle, pick up a couple of them. This right here is magic, I have to say. By far one of my, I would say now more so, is this is the first one that I'm going to pick up versus your normal underspin, because I feel like this size profile just does a lot better this time of year, or anytime that bait is a lot smaller. So thank you guys for watching the video. If you've got any questions, let me know. We'll catch you on the water.